Absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
I love the film. What a nail biter! I had goosebumps.
Had you read the book?
Yes, I'd read the
book. You had read the book, okay.
I got really bad sunburn because I didn't leave the beach.
That's so
I read
funny.
it all in one day. It was terrible. But
That's
the film
so
was
funny.
incredible. I mean, was it an instant yes when you got that script?
Well, it was a long time before I got the script. I mean, there was it was a coveted role, this. And, you know, clearly you can see why, because, you know, as a woman in a Hollywood film, you know, you're often asked to, you know, there are big parts, there are interesting parts, but, you know, you're often asked to play a very sort of, a version of being female, being a woman that's palatable, that's sort of, in a way, a male fantasy of some sorts, and sympathetic and sweet, and obviously there are exceptions, but, you know, here is a part that sort of blows femininity, sort of the whole door on femininity wide open and says, look, you know, this is a new way that you can look at the modern woman. You know, are you going to like her? Are you going to agree with her? Are you going to relate to her? Is she like you? It's asking all those questions of us, and I just thought, wow, this is something I've never seen before. So yes, the chance to work with Fincher, the chance to do this, the chance for someone to take a risk on me and say, look, this is nothing like you've done before, but I know you've got this in you. Come on, let's go on this ride together. You know,
and you did have it in you. You were absolutely fabulous, completely captivating.
Well, I suppose probably because, you know, I think we've all got the darkness in us. If we want to explore it or go there, you know, it's just which. And as an actor, you've got to make all of you available at some point. It's just, you know, when someone asks for which bit, you know, someone's going to ask for your humour, someone's going to ask for your rage, someone's going to ask for your sort of romantic side, and that's, you know, that's what's fun about it. That's what keeps me doing this job and loving it.
Man of my dreams. This man of mine may truly kill me.
My wife disappeared 3 days ago.
You don't know if she has friends, you don't know what she does all day, and you don't know your wife's blood type.
Without a body, their only hope is a confession.
And a very challenging role, especially some of those sex scenes. That
I didn't think you were going to say that. I didn't think you were going to say that. Yes, in some ways, you know, those are far less difficult than the sort of, especially with Fincher work, than the dialogue scenes, because, you know, Fincher's sort of intense scrutiny of language and intense scrutiny of what people do to each other with how they speak is, you know, is the multiple layers of meaning. You know, it really sort of turns your brain into a knotted mass at the end of it. But, you know, it's fun. It was good to have some romantic scenes in there. Come on, you know, we needed a bit of...
And I heard with Neil Patrick Harris, especially, you guys were in fits of laughter. You kind of have to make it a little bit fun, don't you, when you're doing
intimate scenes? Well, Neil was just a wonderful guy to work with. I mean, he's just a dream sort of partner to work with. He's dead professional, and we did have fun, and it was. You know, we had to do a lot of rehearsal because there's in order to make something look sort of wild and abandoned and free, it has to be technically quite precise, and you have to make sure you. And it was very corrupt. You know, it's not a sex scene like you've ever seen before. It's kind of it's pretty corrupt, pretty shocking, the kind of thing my grandmother will probably you know, avert her eyes from. But you know, the experience of doing it is obviously very funny because you think, oh, can we go this far? Shall we do this? Will that be too naughty?
It was very naughty, some of them.
Amy's the kind of girl who attracts admirers.
Did you do it?
Did you do it?
Whatever they found, I think it's safe to assume that it's very bad.
This just got very exciting.
You bumped up Amy's life insurance to $1.2 million.
Because she told me to.
And Ben Affleck, wow, working alongside a massive Hollywood star like that. What is he like? And if he's a really lovely guy?
Well, Ben is actually probably funnier than people imagine, you know, because he's totally willing to sort of laugh at himself. And David Fincher would sometimes say to him, you know, are you not worried about your leading man status at the end of this job? And he said, I wouldn't have taken this job if I'd been worried about my leading man status. And he's having this moment in his career where he's, you know, acclaimed, sought after as a director, writer, and actor, and he's got all the confidence that goes with that, which is incredibly attractive, but without any of the arrogance. He's a great collaborator, and it was exciting, you know. When you're around someone and they just carry that energy of this success with them, I suppose it's exciting.
You need to tell me.
You asking me if I killed my wife?